What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So we have a customer here who came in the other day and said she was at Jiffy Lube or one of the lubers, and said that her drain plug was stripped out and she bought a lemon and she should take this car back. So my impression of this car right from the rip is wow. It starts right up, it's quiet, it's got 123,000 miles on it. We were the last place to change the oil, and they said your drain plug was stripped out. Ooh, I like this radio. I have the same radio in my '08 Wrangler. Wow, that's an expensive radio. I think I paid $800 for that radio. Wow, good for her. I'm wondering if it's got a booming system in it. So everybody's here at work except for Rachel. Is anyone shocked? I'm not. You know, she was cleaning her wave runner and getting things together, and then left my shop a mess. And then, you know, these guys wonder why I don't let them use my shop after hours, because then I come into shit everywhere. Because if I went to their house, right, and did this at their house, they'd be losing their mind if I just left trash and equipment all over the place and then not show up early to work. And I'm not saying 1 minute early, I'm saying a half hour early to clean up their mess. And you see why certain individuals we don't help around here, because there's no reciprocation. Anywho, so we got her car, and I wanted to do this live. I'm actually gonna have the customer come out here so we can, actually I call this, slam the other shop. And, you know, some of these people out there, it's like, oh, I don't talk bad about other shops. Well, when you tell your customers they got a lemon and their drain plug stripped out and all this other shit, you need to be turned out. So I'm gonna do that. She's missing a fog light. I wonder if she's aware of that. So we're gonna see what time Rachel actually shows up to work. I'm betting you 7:59 like normal. And then she's gonna spend 20 minutes cleaning up and expect to get paid for that, which that's not going on. I will not do that. So we are 123,000 miles. Ooh, I like this. And actually commending this girl on her car, that she's actually back for when it needs an oil change. Wow, this thing's in good shape. So by far, I would say, where did these meatheads come up with this car's a lemon? And that's far from the case. Alright, so the hood rod's missing. It's not the end of the world. But this is not a lemon by far. I mean, I have way more experience than most of these lubers if they put their whole entire staff together. So she definitely, they missed this, so she needs a radiator. But I'm gonna get it up in the air. Oh yeah, don't clean that shit up. I wish I had your stomach. And this is why I get aggravated when I come in the morning and people use my shop and it's a friggin' mess. If I did this to her house, she'd be losing her mind, right? Grab the oil change bucket. Bring that over here. So let's get into this. This customer bought a lemon. So I'm shocked so far. I mean, it has a bad radiator. No oil leaks. I mean, this is definitely nothing to be scared of. I'm gonna get my assistant. All right, Clarissa, let's go. So we're videoing, and then you can be my camera girl.
Good.
So you're ready to go.
Oh wait, it's on.
It's on. Watch your step. So what I want you to do is come this way, so you don't fall. Watch your head when you come underneath. with me. Okay.
Where should I put it?
We can hang it right here.
Okay.
It'll be safe. So this is an educational piece for you as well. And then come closer. So if you're not familiar with the undercarriage of your car, this is your engine area, and then this is your transmission area. This is the drain plug for the engine. So when you look at the drain plug nut, you'll see how clean the nut is and sharp. So I'm going to give you an example. And this is just for an example. So if you look at the edges of a nut, so when some people who don't have a lot of experience say it's stripped, it can mean that this isn't sharp anymore, it's rounded off, or it could be stripped inside of here. So most quick lubes also use a blue or a red or a green, some type of sticky gooey stuff to indicate if the drain plug was left loose or not. All right, and then I'm gonna just show you something. So I'm gonna grab some tools. I'm gonna take you through the whole process. So for me, the experience that I have, and these guys are actually young, and I give them my experience also, is that we're not afraid to work on people's cars. Because that's what we get paid to do. So I'm looking for the right size socket. So that nut, if you ever want to change it, it's a 17 millimeter.
Oh, wow.
Because I have some experience, I'll use a power tool. You don't have to use a power tool. A lot of people cry about using this, but they don't have the experience that I do, and it doesn't scare me to use a power tool. So this is our drain bucket. And for them to use the terminology, you want a lemon. My first impression of this car is wow. You have the same radio that I have in my '08 Wrangler, which is an $800 radio, part only, not installation.
Oh, wow.
The interior is very clean. You came back, the time that I recommended coming back for an oil change, which is 3,000 miles, which is good for you. There is some other things that I'll discuss off camera with you that it needs. But if you look underneath, there's no real like oil leakages or seepages. It's very solid. So stand to the side over here, because when you open these drain plugs, all right, see how I had to give it a little turn? It usually indicates that it's not seized. All right, Jiffy Lube and Valvoline, you ready for the magic?
Okay.
These guys are such novice at what they do, and then they scare people constantly. So does this look like anything special?
No.
All right. Nothing special. Threads, see how clean the threads are and sharp they are. They're not ground all the way down. Kind of similar to the bolt.
Oh, wow.
So, nothing wrong, absolutely wrong with this. That little bit of sealer that we use takes up the inconsistencies between, this is a different metal, okay? This is a ferrous metal, means it's magnetic. And then this is aluminum, which is non-ferrous. So there's a inconsistency between how these react. And then you have an aluminum pan. So we like to just put a little sealer on it. So when we put this in, but you don't have a leak on your older vehicle, even newer vehicles we do it too. So you don't get a little drip or anything coming out of your drain plug after service. That's the whole reason why we do that. And if it winds up coming loose, that little red stuff will keep this from doing this. And then finally falling out, and then your engine seizing.
Was that stripped?
No, see the threads in the oil pan?
So it wasn't stripped?
No, nothing.
So why would he think that was Permatex?
Well, it is Permatex. It's a silicone Permatex that we use. And it wasn't, they thought it was masking a problem, but their lack of experience.
Oh, they thought.
And then they put you in fear mode and then tried to scare you and say all these bad things about your car. And
so if I brought this car back to them now, would they say anything? Because you took that little
you
thing.
could actually say, you're an idiot, and I'm shocked that you still have a job. But for them to scare you and say your vehicle is a piece of crap and you bought a lemon and to plant all those seeds in your head, for you not knowing, right? So you're the customer, you don't really know anything about cars. You hit the key, right? You put it in gear and you go. Most people aren't very diverse in how and what things do and how they work. They just pull and say, hey, I need service. Either get it done right or they come out with a problem, right?
Yeah.
So you came out with a problem, there wasn't even a problem.
Oh my goodness.
So what I say to you this morning, I said I'm going to change your perspective on what they said.
So if I go to any other shop, would anyone say anything else? Like, would Jiffy Lube say anything? Like, could I get this car changed at Jiffy Lube?
Because they lack experience and knowledge, they may turn you away still. They told you this was stripped out and destroyed. There's nothing wrong. There's zero conditions here. Zero.
All right. Well.
Yeah. But if it's their familiar sealant that they use, you follow me? Because it's familiar to them, they know that, they would do it. Even if their guy stripped it out, they would still perform the service. You follow me?
I don't know. I just want to be able to take the car anywhere and not have them say, you know, we can't do the oil change for you.
Sure.
We don't want to be liable, you know. That's basically it. I don't really know anything about Permatex or anything, but you know.
So what do you think? Based on what I've showed you and based on what they said. You see any problems here?
I've never seen a car like have an oil change ever. Like I've never seen
you've never
this.
been part of the process.
So I don't know what to compare it to. That's the issue. I don't know to say like, hey.
So almost every vehicle is the same process. They have a drain plug, which drains the fluid out. There's also a filter that we have to service, which is here, which I didn't get to yet up front. All right. But once this is drained out, I'll clean this off with some cleaner. I won't put any more sealer on it just for you. But for all my regular customers I've been servicing for 17 years, they always come back here for service and never have any problem.
Oh,
Even
so you
if this
put
was a
that
problem,
you put the seal on every car.
every car we do.
Every car you do, you put that
Every car we do for an
sealer.
oil change because I would know that typically it came from my shop. Right?
Oh.
And then I know it happened here. So it's kind of like a telltale sign that the car was here.
Oh.
For me. So we kind of use the same stuff all the time. And if I don't have red, I use black. So I know it's here and it's consistent. We don't use the oil change. They use like a waxy kind of substance on their drain plugs. I don't use that because then I'll get confused on, was this at a Quick Lube? Was this at Pep Boys or something else? So the consistency for me is red, I know is usually here.
Oh, okay.
And if it was stripped out, then I can say, oh, what happened? And they're like, oh, I don't know, it's stripped out. But it wouldn't be a big deal because we would just fix it and move on and get the customer going without saying, oh my God, this is a major problem, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wow. So if
it's really not.
If I was going to do the oil change myself, like how would I?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So let me get something to clean this. There's other steps in an oil change, and I would tell you most people don't do it. There's a tool called a torque wrench, which applies a certain amount of torque to the pan. Since I've been doing this so long, I really don't need that because the feel for me doing it for so many years, I kind of know where I need to be. And where other places, and I would tell you, nobody's really twerking anything in my opinion. Even if you went to the dealership and watched them change the oil, they wouldn't twerk it. I'd be very shocked if they did it.
Oh, wow.
So then I'm going to use a different wrench to do this.
But if the car's on the ground, like how would I get to that?
All right, so watch now.
Ooh.
That's not spinning around saying it's stripped. And then you see this little snail trail? Between the aluminum pan being old and worn, the drain plug gasket being different, and the drain plug being a different metal, these all expand and contract at different rates, and then you could have a little seepage. The stuff that I put on there prevents that little seepage, so I don't have a customer coming back and saying, hey, I see a little something under here. I eliminate that. That's why I do that. Because that does happen. People say, oh, I went to another shop and I got my tire fixed, and they said my drain plug's leaking. So that's how I eliminate that. But just to make you feel more comfortable if you have to go someplace else for an oil change, I won't use what we use. Follow?
Yeah.
All right, so now that's it. That's nothing special. I'm going to change the filter, I'm going to put oil on it, and then I'm going to discuss the other needs for you.
Oh, wow. So literally
Oh, how would you do this yourself?
like how would I get
You would
underneath?
have to jack it up or buy car ramps to get the car high enough in the air so you can get under it.
And then you just like go underneath and then
do
17.
the same process that I did.
Just let it out and then put it in like a can.
You can put it into an oil drain bucket or an empty container that you can put a lid on.
And then what do you do with the oil?
So the problem with that is not many places will take used oil. I do for my regular customers if they're changing their lawnmower or their motorcycle or they're doing it themselves. I don't really have anybody who does that. They just rather come here and have us do it.
Yeah. But if someone does it at home, where do they put that oil?
We used to be able to take it to pet police, but they stopped doing that. So I'm not sure what they're doing with it now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because we have to pay in most cases to get rid of used oil.
Oh.
In most cases. Right now the market is low, so they take our oil product for free. They turn it into asphalt and wax and other things.
Oh,
but
wow.
when that demands a different scenario, they start charging us to take that oil away.
Oh, wow. And then I would go to the top and then just pour the oil in?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's crazy. But I still, like you said, I don't want to mess around because, God forbid, you know.
All right, so how we do? How many minutes did we burn?
That's 15.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Thank you.